Okay, so here is the situation. We are discussing on the if else statement. So program to check whether a number is even or odd. So in this case, simply we'll write the condition in this way. If x percentage equal to 0, we'll simply write document dot write even, else we'll write document dot. Obviously, because of word, actually it is changing to capital version. So obviously it will be in small letter. Document dot write, and within that here we will write odd. So this is one simple question regarding if else. So let us do few more question. So next question here I am asking that check whether check whether three angles can form a triangle or not. So this is my second question. So what is the question? Suppose you have given three angles. So three angles means for a triangle. So ABC. So whether it can form a triangle or not. So how we can check that things? Can anybody suggest any solution for that? Also, you can write the condition or statement in the chat window also. What is the rule that if we want to check whether a triangle is possible or not? What is the general rule? 180 degree. Very good. So in that case, simply we'll mention, suppose if we take three angles. So A equal to, I'm taking, for example, 50 degree or 50 will write. Obviously, will not use any degree symbol and nothing else. A equals to 50, B equals to, suppose I am taking 90 or 40, and C equals to, suppose I am taking 80, for example. After that, simply we'll check the condition if sum of all the three angles should be 180. So my condition will be if A plus B plus C equal to 180. So then we can say, or then we can display it can form a triangle. Document dot write, here we'll write the message. It can form, or angles can form a triangle. So this will be my simple statement. Next, again we have to close the brace and then we'll write the else part. So in case of else, what we'll write? It can't form the triangle, or triangle cannot be formed. But remember here, very important point, that when we are writing the else part, so that time we are not giving or not writing any type of condition. So automatically compiler will understand. Else means if the if part is not working, if this part is not working or this condition becoming false, so that time it will go to the else part. So this is the simple meaning. But in case of else, will not write any type of condition. Automatically the compiler will understand that this first condition becoming false, that's why this coming to the else part, and then it will display the whatever statement or whatever task is there, so that it will execute. So this is the general syntax or general rules for writing any if else statement. So now these are the kind of program that we can do under the if else if statement. Yes, can we use sum of two sides greater than the third? Obviously, so that is the different condition. Let me see what other message came. In the condition double equal to means. Okay, So already we have discussed regarding double equal to. Double equal to means it is a relational operator. Single equal to means one assignment operator, or simply assignment operator only you can write. So double equal to means when we are checking whether two values are equal or not, that time we will write double equal to. And when we are using single equal to, just like here we have written using single equal to, that means we are storing some value. Obviously, this is a very important question. So let me come to the Simran question. Just like obviously she has drawn one important point. For example, where to store any three side. I will give the hints for this question. All of you should type in the chat section. I want to see whether all of you can write or not. Quickly write the question. Those who can do. We have to store any three sides of a triangle, whatever three sides may be. Then find or check whatever whether it can form or they can form a triangle or not. Now, in the last question was asked based on angles, but here the question is asked based on the side. So obviously we all of us know the logic. In the first case, based on the angle, when question was asked, the logic was that if the sum of the angle is 180, then it can form a triangle. And here the question is based on the side. So the what will be the logic, as Simran said, that if the sum of two side, any two side, is greater than the third side. So depending on the question, we'll write our answer. So all of you once try in the chat part that how we can write. Suppose we have three value. For example, a equals to, or sorry, where a equals to 3.5. I'm taking here. Then where b equals to 4.5 and where c equals to 7, for example. So whether it can form a triangle or not. So how we can write using this a, b, c, three sides are given. How we can write these things. All of you try to write, then only I can understand, and then only you can also learn the things in a better way. Try at least. Then I will obviously solve the thing. Do it fast. Or those who are facing problem, just at least speak up. Tell something that you are not getting the point. Tell me, any doubt is there? Or write in the chat part. I'm giving 1 minute time. Quickly. Yeah, Aishi, you have written. Check your answer once again. Check your answer once again. This is my suggestion. You are 80% correct. You just one mistake is there. The no. That is not the thing. That is not on the condition only. I'm focusing on the condition. Condition. See to the condition. What is the condition basically? Sum of any two sides should be greater than the third side. So, which logical operator will use here? Or and? We have to use And will be na, yeah, that is, I'm taking your answer only I will correct rectify the part. Okay, so here is the condition. Okay, let me format it. Okay, so now let me discuss this part. She has written absolutely correct answer, just one slight mistake is there. Obviously it is a very important part. We have to store any three sides of a triangle, then find whether they can form a triangle. So logic is that, listen very carefully, sum of any two side is greater than two other side, other third side. So that means what? When we are considering a plus b, sum of any two side, so a plus b, it should be greater than c. When we are considering b plus c, it should be greater than a. And when we are considering c plus a, it should be greater than b. But the logical operator here, it will be the AND operator, that is ampersand. The logical operator that will be right here, that will be the AND operator. Why AND operator? Because all the condition I have to fulfill, sum of any two side. That is my point or question. So for that, we'll simply write triangle can be formed, or for else case, we'll write triangle cannot be formed. Triangle cannot be formed. For the else case, we'll write simply triangle cannot be formed. So this is the general one, another solution for this type of question. We have to store in three sides, then find whether they can form a triangle. So this was few examples of if else statement. Now we'll go for third version of this conditional approach using if else statement, that is if else if statement. If else if else statement. But before going to that, I'm just taking you to the PDF one, and let me ask if anybody has any doubt, so that I can again re-explain it. Tell me, so that I can move to the next part. Before moving to the next part, tell me if you have any query or question up to this part. Quickly, just nobody has question. Okay, then in exam you will understand that if you are not asking question, yes. Obviously, regarding this, lot of question will be there. Till this time, you have not got any type of assignment or work, but from this topic, you will get lot of works, load of work simply. Okay, obviously, you will get sure, and few solution will also be provided. So don't bother about that. So, but if any doubt is there, so tell me. Okay, I guess no doubt, nobody is asking. Thank you. Next, let me just show you the which part I'm moving or doing presently. Here I have shown you the statement of if else statement. Here is the syntax given, and based on that, few examples are also provided here. It is directly used in the inside the HTML code only. So I will go for the HTML code directly at the last when I will complete this part. Here also one another example, but this is example of if else if condition that I am going to discuss now. So before up to this page 87, 88, these are the example of if else statement. Now I will go for if else if statement. So let me explain first. Suppose, or till now, we have done two type of question. We have done two types of question. One is, or two type of condition. One is simply based on only if, and another one is if else. So basically, what are the difference between this if and if else? If means when I have to check for all the condition. when I have to check for all the condition. Let me write this normal understanding terms so that you can simply revise. When we'll use only if, we'll use only if when we have to check all conditions. Simply one by one we have to check all the conditions. For example, just for example, still you have not came to school for a single day also. Suppose you are coming for the very first day and I told you that switch on the fan. So nobody knows or none of you knows the which switch is for the fan, for example. So in that case, all of you will try all the switch one by one, one by one, one by one. So whenever your task will be completed, simply you will stop. So this is the simple task, simple thing. So that is type of if, means whenever we have to follow or we have to check all the condition. Whenever the condition is becoming true, so that time it will give you the particular result, and obviously it will move to next condition also. So this is for if. And what is the meaning of if else? Just like suppose in the same day, if I ask you check whether any class is there in the next period or you have any games period. So simply you will check for the routine, you will check the timetable. So if you have class, so you will answer me yes sir we have class, and if you don't have any class you will answer me sir we are free. So if and else, that means if one condition is becoming true, so we are doing one work or we are responding to a particular or responding some answer some simply. And if we are not if the condition is false, then we are simply giving or responding to another word. So this is only if else. If else means when one condition is true, we'll do one task. If the condition is false, then we'll go for the another task. Regarding that also, we have done few example. So in case of if else, what do we write? Check the first condition. If it is true, then execute its statement. Otherwise, the meaning is otherwise. Otherwise means else. Go for next statement. That means associated with the else statement. So these are the general terms or terminology you can say which are associated with the if else statement. So now we'll go for the if else if statement. If else if else. Complete statement is if else if else. Now what is this used for? Just we have done few cases where we have seen that only two conditions are there or only one condition is there. So in that case we have used only if or if else. But suppose we have more than one condition. Suppose more than two condition. Suppose let me take one example. WAP means write a program. WAP to store a value, then check whether it is a positive, negative, or zero. Means what? My question is there. Suppose I am asking, or simply I am just telling 5. If I ask you 5, you have to answer whether this 5 is even, positive or negative or zero. Simply you will answer, sir, it is a positive number. It is a positive number. If I ask you -5, so simply you will answer me, sir, it is a negative number. And if I ask you 0, so simply you will answer, Sir, it is a zero. It is a zero number, or simply it is zero. So how you are able to tell me the answer? And that is the logic of this program. Can anybody? How you can say whether a number is positive or negative or zero? Anybody? Yeah, exactly. So that means what? As Ayushi told, from her answer, all of us can just hear that there are three conditions. That one is for positive, one is for negative, and ultimately, if both the condition becoming false, then we'll go for the zero. So that's why we are going to do if else if statement. If else if else means first we'll write the if statement, then if in between any more conditions are there, that will write using the else if statement, and finally we'll go for the else statement. So let's write. Suppose I'm taking one example, simply variable or value where x equal to, for example, 10 only. Now I'll write the first condition if x greater than 0, then we'll write document dot write, within that we'll write it as positive. As we know, positive number means greater than 0. Next, else if. Now we are not writing the else. Why? Because now we have more than two condition. Now we have more than two condition. So that's why we are writing else if. So in that case, what I am writing, if x less than 0, so then we'll write document dot write within bracket negative, document dot write negative, and if all these two condition, above these two condition becoming false, then we'll go for the else statement. Then we'll go for the else statement. Okay, you have another class also. Okay, this class. So in case of else also, what we'll write? Else. In case of else, we'll write document dot write. L will write 0. We'll write zero, 0. So this will be our final program. So is it clear? Nobody is responding. How I can understand? How I can understand if you do not respond? Then you will only be responsible for any problem. Okay, I don't have any problem. Already I have completed my task. Task means, just to explain. Now if you have doubt, you have to ask question only. So this is the situation is coming. So tomorrow I will discuss. Tomorrow I think holiday will be there. So day after tomorrow, we'll discuss more about this if else statement, and then we'll go for the switch. So then I'm sending this part today to your classroom. This whatever tasks I have done, and then next day we'll discuss further on this topic. Okay. Thank you for the class being here. Good day. Okay. Good day. Bye.